The reason why we are here today is because we want to make your life better. The reason why you have to vote for our candidate, Mr. Kumar Apavu, is because we are not a single policy champion. We champion for every issue. The reason why you have to vote us is because we have the heart. We have the dedication to serve voters of Radin Mas. I am very honored to stand here and contest under the Reform Party ticket. I'm a candidate in Ang Mo Kio GRC. Under the leadership of Lee Hsien Loong, the statistic is there. Singaporeans are facing more hardship than ever. The increased cost of living is affecting all of us. They try to confuse you and to give you carrots like upgrading. But what they don't address is the food on your table. They can clear your drains for you. They can cut the grass for you. But what happens when your transportation costs increase? When your food costs increase? They don't bother about the normal average Singaporeans. They put GST on everything. But they remove GST on gold. You see, these are the kind of policies PAP is serving you. On top of that, their liberal immigration policies are affecting many of us. As a HR personnel, I've been in the HR industry 10 years. I've seen every level of the organization being replaced. Jobs like administrator, jobs like finance assistant is being replaced by foreigners because we do not have labor laws to protect Singaporeans. And we know our union is the most unique in the world. There's no union in the world that a minister of the government minister can sit on top of the board. Only in Singapore we have the government minister lead the union. So this is why even when we have union, they are toothless. They cannot fight for the workers. In fact, all over the world, every country, almost all, have minimum wage. This is a fundamental to address issues of wages, depression of wages. As they bring in cheap labor, there's no protection for locals. I've been unemployed once. I know what it felt to be unemployed. I have to borrow money from my friends, from my relatives, so I start off with a negative in my bank balance. There's no one to help me. And my community, the Malay community, is facing it harder. The discrimination against us by the PAP policy is making us a second-class citizen in our own country. I cannot accept this discrimination because we know discrimination is not good for nation building. The Reform Party believes in inclusiveness. We want progress for all of you, regardless of race, language, or religion. And every time when I recite the pledge, I feel that I am excluded because of the continuous discrimination of the Malays in the SAF. I asked a minister, I met one of the minister on a personal setting. It was an informal conversation. And I asked her, what does, okay, I'm going to reveal that it's a she. What does she think about the discrimination the Malay face? And to my surprise, it seems that she has accepted that as a normal part of democracy. She told me that, look, we have discrimination everywhere. So, and I told her, in that case, there are murders everywhere. Do we agree to murder? So these are the kind of ministers we have in parliament. They have a defeatist mindset. My community has been working hard. The progress made by my community has been outstanding despite the discrimination from the PAP. So in this respect, in this aspect, I give my thumbs up to my community. It's not because of the government's policy that they have progressed. It is despite the discrimination that they work hard towards progress of the nation. And now, coupled with discrimination from foreign laborers, we are finding it more harder and more challenges. And Mr. Sidik Sanif has urged my Malay community to give support to the PAP. Let's think about it. For 50 years, what has they brought us into? And many of my Malay community know how our Malay MPs perform in parliament. Issues that affect their heart and soul. These Malay MPs have not spoken up for them. And if you all had followed my political career, you have known that I'm fearless in voicing out for the community concerned. Even at the expense that people say I'm playing racial politics. It is not that. When no politicians dare to bring up the issue, I was there to voice out our community concern. When no one is there to champion for sensitive issues, I was there for them, writing letters to the organization. And I am very, very fortunate to be a part of the Reform Party, because Kenneth Jeratnam believed for a government to take care of every single one of us. And now, this GE is about how you want Singapore to move forward. And we know the future that the PAP wants to bring us is towards 6.9 million population. This policy has not been deliberated carefully. It has been passed by Parliament without any national referendum, and we have seen the effect of population overcrowding in Singapore. We have seen how the MRT couldn't cope with the increased capacity. We have seen how the PAP do not have the vision to anticipate this problem. As they crowd, as they bring in more foreigners, we Singaporeans feel stress. And there are more suicide cases now even in school children, even in our teens. We have one of the highest suicide rates. This hasn't happened prior to Mr. Lee Hsien Loong leadership. So are we going to vote him in again for the next 5 years? Through his leadership, many of us can feel how Singapore has evolved. And we don't expect our MPs to fight for us. We have MPs in Parliament who spoke 0 times. And they say they represent you. And they are collecting millions of dollars to say nothing in Parliament. We cannot allow this to happen anymore. The people have to agree that the power lies with you. Without more opposition parties in Parliament, the PAP would be complacent. And recently, at my walkabout in Ang Mo Kio GRC, many of them have come forward and told us how they are facing difficulties to pay their medical bills, how they are facing the difficulties because of the increase of price for food. And despite that, although the SMRT are making millions of dollars per year, they have the cheek to ask for a price increase. And our ministers justify that by saying, you want quality, you have to pay. Many of my cousins and relatives who have just gotten married couldn't buy a flat. It is easy to say the flats are affordable, but let me tell you first, the grants that the government are giving you is the money from your left pocket and your right pocket, out from the right pocket. We have asked HDB to be transparent in their financial account so that we know how much is the cost to build a flat. Because not long ago, the cost of flats, the price of flats for a 4-room HDB flat is only 100,000. And now, it has shot up to 400,000. And some argue, what's your problem? Wouldn't it be good for you? Now, we have been sold to the idea that our flats, our house, our home is an investment. Our house, our home is not an investment, my dear friends. It is a place for us to live. We shouldn't be paying our whole lifetime for a flat we call homes. So I guess in this coming general election, we should not give the PAP a blank check anymore. The Reform Party is here to take care of every Singaporean. The Reform Party is here to put what is wrong right. The candidate for Radin Mas, Mr. Kumar Apavu, has been active. It doesn't matter where he's active. What matters most is he can voice your concern. What matters most is he has the heart to serve you. So, on the 11th of September, Remember, your vote counts, my dear Singaporeans. Without your support, the PAP can bulldoze any policy it wants. Put us in parliament. Put us in parliament for West Coast GRC, for Ang Mo Kio GRC, and Radin Mas SMC. Thank you very much.